Welcome back, Rankers. Guess what? Another update. Yeah, I know. Well, in fairness to Google, they do say they make a lot of updates, and they have said previously they do about 2 a day. Some of them are minor. This one seems to be large, although we can't find any of our own clients or any of our own sites that have actually been affected by it. That usually makes me think that it's a link update because we don't have any sort of backlink campaigns like is the tradition with a lot of SEO. And the sites that have been reporting the massive outages, and we're talking, some sites 90% less traffic since last Thursday. And incidentally, just if you go to your search analytics at the moment in Google Search Console, you will see a great big chunk missing on the 9th. And there it is. There's a great big chunk here that just disappeared. And that was the day of the update as well. Now, there's been a lot of chatter, as you can imagine, online. Last week, Barry Schwartz, Search Engine Land, all thought it was backlinks. I've had a look at a couple of sites. So we started our Bloggers SEO product launch, had it last week. So if you are trying to set up a blog on WordPress, head across to bloggersSEO.com or join our Facebook group or both, and you can learn heaps about SEO. But it's primarily for people on WordPress who have a blog. It's not for e-commerce blogs. So anyway, so I asked in that group, and a couple of people came forward. One guy, thanks David, said that yes, he'd seen a massive drop in traffic since the Thursday. Went and had a look at his site. His site had built in Joomla, but lots of duplication internally. So he had duplication with Ceph URL, search engine friendly URLs, and non-search engine friendly. The Joomla site was publishing both types of URLs, so duplication. Then Dr. Bill Sekula, who's a bit of a celebrity doctor over here, he said in the PB event Pro Blogger group that he had experienced massive drops, and once again, 80% drop. I went and had a look at his site. He did have a lot of what I would call shitty backlinks pointing at his site, but given that Penguin is real time, it's hard to believe that it would have been a link update, a backlink update, because Penguin should be taking care of that for us in real time, right? So when I dug and had a look at his site, he had a lot of tag pages indexed. So he had a lot of pages which would, essentially in WordPress, if you add a tag to a post, and it's meant to help the user, right? So the user can see, let's say you've written a post about billiard tables. It's so everyone can then click on that tag that you've tagged it as billiard tables and see all the posts you've written about billiard tables. Now, if you've only written one post about billiard tables and you've given that a tag, when you click on that tag, the page that you go to is simply this huge big page, and essentially an empty page with one link to that post that you've just written. So when Google comes along and finds that page, that's a low quality page. Now, if you've got a lot of those, if you do a lot of tags, your site tends to become low quality at that point. And I think that was the situation with Dr. Bill. Now, Barry's actually posted a new article, I think it was last night, on what he thinks it is. So he got a bunch of people to submit their sites to him to say, yeah, we've been hit, what is it? Barry's conclusion is that it's possibly sites that are low quality. So I agree with him on that. But what he's saying is that the sites have a lot of advertising and what he would describe as low quality content. Now, certainly for some of the sites I've looked at, that is true. But that's not true of Dr. Bill Sekula. It's not true of a couple of the other sites I was looking at in the Bloggers SEO support group. So whilst, yes, that's true, the quality of the content in some of the sites that he's looked at here, I would agree is not great. I've just gone through and had a look at the first 8 sites this morning, and all of them have quality issues. And I think that if all of these sites fix these quality issues, they would see some sort of restoration of their rankings. I don't know if it would be all of them, all the traffic, but certainly I've told Dr. Bill to do this, and I've told David to do this, and we're waiting to see what the results of their actions are. But in this first one, we've got duplicate page titles, and we've got all the pagination of the blog's index. So the problem with that is, of course, is that we just get lots of pages with duplicate titles. And duplicate titles seems to be a theme with these sites that I've looked at this morning. So this one here, Europe for Visitors at the moment, it's also got a subdomain which is test.Europe for Visitors. So that's a duplication of the main site. So they've got a whole subdomain that's duplicated. Then you've got this one, Looking for Maps, same thing, similar thing. It's got both www and non-www being crawled. Both are 200k, but the non-WWs are canonicalized to the WWWs. And it's got 193,000 pages in the index and hundreds of duplicate titles. So once again, duplicate titles, duplicate site. So we're seeing a lot of duplication seems to be the problem here. This one here is weird, and this is just a major quality issue. So when you go and have a look at this site, and it's actually 302, that route is 302 to the .com.au of that site. However, it's the .com.au is not indexed. It's the .com that's indexed. So at some point, someone's thrown a 302. So this one may be unrelated to the others. Someone may have just put a 302 on the site, and the person's just gone, "Oh my God, where's all my traffic gone?" Maybe that's what's happened there. This one's got, what have we got, 14,000. Lots and lots of tags with only one entry. And its speed is disastrous. It's a 29 out of 100 on PageSpeed Insights. So once again, quality. And with all the tag pages, you're going to get also duplicate titles with that. This one, 980 pages, 72 tags. And in this one, I would say that your ads are outweighing the content. You know, there's more ad content than there is actual content. This one here, once again, pagination index, duplication, pagination, categories and tags for this last one. So what this tells me is that Google, this looks like some sort of Panda update. So I would be looking, if you've suffered from this, go through and make sure you've got no duplicate titles. Go into the HTML suggestions of your site under in Google Search Console, under search appearance. Make sure you go into HTML suggestions and just have a look and make sure that you don't have heaps of alerts in here that tell you you've got duplicate titles, because that could be a sign of one of these updates. If you have been hit by this last Thursday, please let us know, because I'd just love to have a look at the site just to see if this theory bears out. And if you want to go and do the checks yourself, look for things like Run Screaming Frog over the site, the crawler, and when you've got that, what I tend to do for this particular update anyway, I'm just watching on the page titles tab and I'm looking for duplicates. So you can see this one here has got, 32 duplicate page titles or something like that. Hopefully that's helpful. Let me know how you go and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.